Okay, so I think I've finally gotten through all of the reviews for coloring books and stuff I had backed up. So I'm taking a little break and gonna do some side craft project that has to do with pencils and markers. How many of you have ever gotten rid of a dishwasher? Here is one half of a dishwasher basket. I don't know what happened to the other half. Here's another variety. You've probably seen the ones that are long and skinny. Here is another one, and that's what we're going to do today. The dishwasher baskets are great for pencils and markers and all sorts of supplies, but they have all these holes in them. Now, this is one of the first ones I did many, many years ago. And you can see I cut cardboard, and I even did all the little indentations so it would fit. But I have since found an easier way to do this. Much easier, much more sturdy, and I feel like much cleaner than just cardboard. This is one of those Dollar Tree, which is like the $1.25 tree now, or $1.25 and up tree. This is one of the cutting mats. They come in a 2-pack. Okay, they're over in the kitchen area. What I'm going to do is cut these and fix this up. Now, this is very easy, and I would think I wouldn't even need a tutorial for this, but I do realize that not all of my followers are crafters, so therefore you might need a little bit of help with this. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure. Now, when you're measuring these, they don't always all measure the same. So, for instance, this bigger slot is bigger. Bigger slot, get it? Anyway, so I'm going to measure, and don't measure from the top, because this one particularly comes out at the top and in at the bottom. So what I really need to do is measure the bottom. And we are going to, I'm not going to measure from the very end because that doesn't look like a whole inch to me. So this comes to right there. Do you see how I just kind of mark it with my fingernail? From, if I go from the 7, let's look at this measurement. From 19, does it end? Almost at 12. From 19 to 12. So if I put that on here, 19 to 12, it's going to be right at 2 3/4. So, and there's probably a better way to do this. I'm just not a math guru. So what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do. So I said 2 3/4. I know, measure twice, cut once. I'm leaving a bit here because I am going to have to cut some. Did you hear that ripple? Whew. I'm going to have to cut that curve off. So I'm going to check this again. There to right about where my thumb is, which is the right at, it's like between 5/8 and 3/4. So what I'm going to do, oh, I've still got to cut that edge off. So let's cut the edge off. Keeping it real. A lot of you say you like seeing how it really works. So this is it. I do like this cutter, except sometimes it doesn't pull up all the way without you pulling on both ends because it is so secure. And I did throw that away. I know, unlike me to throw stuff away like that. Okay, so that is too big. I can see that right now, that is just a smidge too big. Won't fit that one either. And it doesn't fit this one. That's what I'm saying. These are different sizes, so you really have to measure. So another thing I'm going to try doing, got these pins from my daughter off Temu, and that one's not been opened yet. Let's do this one. I really like these. So let's just mark it. Now, because it's not totally squared, I am going to mark here and here and here. All right, put that down and let's give it a try. So see, if I put this right up there, okay, it does look squared that way. You do have to push through it, pushing through the plastic. Now I'm going to line up these 2 points, and normally you would pull back so that you're using both sides of that blade, but because this is thicker and it's easier, I just pulled it and pushed instead, throwing away the extras. Really trying to not keep stuff I don't need this year. And how is that? That's a little big, but not big enough for any of the pencils to fall through. Now, if you ever can't get it back out, don't forget there's holes, just push it. Okay, so now I know that this is going to work. I'm going to line that up. You know, why reinvent the wheel? You've got one that works. Just trace it, follow it, keep going. Ah, it doesn't want to go down in there. It's because this is still there. Okay, pushing down. You can also use scissors. You do not have to go out and buy a cutting paper cutter like this, okay? All right, that should be pretty close. There we go. Trash. Been trying to teach Evie to clean up as she goes. So I've been doing even more cleaning up as I go. Yeah, that fit. Now we're going to see, is that the same size as the next one? And yes, it is. So now I know that those both work. Now there is a slick side and a matte side on these. It does not matter which side comes up. Okay, and that works. So I know I can cut 2 more of these and they'll be great. So what I'm going to do is line this up and cut one this way. Yeah, I've been teaching Evie to clean, and after she's done with something, and so that's something that I'm doing even more. And the other day she told me no, and I said, okay, then you can do it all by yourself. She goes, Grandma, have to put my shoes and socks on first so I'm ready to go. I said, you're not going until you clean. Now, a lot of times she would be like, okay, because she didn't want to go sometimes anyway. And so I told her, nope, you're not going till you clean, and you can clean by yourself. And her daddy did that once, and he said, no, I'm just going to put stuff wherever I want to then, and if you can't find it, too bad. And that's all it took. She got in there and cleaned. Well, I just told her I wasn't going to help her. And so she put on her shoes and socks in record time and came flying in there. Grandma, my apologies. You can help, please? Well, that just cracked me up. What 3.5-year-old says my apologies? So she does come up with some sometimes. All right, now we're going to do the bigger ones. Take all these. These are the good ones. Lay them there so I don't lose them. I have so much stuff going on around here. It's a mess. All right, so this one measures 1, 2, 2 3/4. So let's cut 2 3/4 off, and we'll see if that's right. Hopefully it will be. You know, I'm going to go just a little under, because a pencil's not going to slide through that if I'm just a little off. So that's good for that way. And it's just a, oh, wow, it fits that way. Perfect. So just a little over, and it'll fit the other direction. So I did 2 3/4. So now I'm going to do Let's try 2 7/8. Let's do a smidge under 7/8. There's a ripple in it. Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead and get that out. Come on. Okay, the pen doesn't fit, but I know the tweezers will. There we go. Always have your supplies at hand. Okay, so now let's see. Will it fit if I put it in this way? Nope. Does it fit if I put it in that way? Okay, so I need to take a smidge off this side. Smidge, that's a good term, right? Just a smidge. So anyway, yeah, she's just a little hoot. My apologies. So, all right, what's new with me? I am doing coloring pages on my Etsy. See, and I did that the wrong direction. So I am going to get the scissors and just line this up and finish cutting it off. Okay, easy enough, easy peasy. Yeah, I'm gonna put my link below. I did use an IA program for part of it, and then I went through, because you know a lot of those IA programs are just not all the coloring book, get my words, not all the people that are doing coloring books with IA are going through and cleaning up the pages. And I'm not saying mine are perfect, they're not, but I did go back through and clean up my pages. I added a thing here or two, whatever. But I'm trying to really make sure that you don't have a lot of missing lines. Even if you have to redraw a couple, there's not a ton. But yeah, I'll put the link below. And so far, yeah, I have sold some already. So far I have, that one is turned the wrong way. See how the pencils fit through? That's why you put this plastic down there, or cardboard, or whatever you have on hand. So I'm going to try it this way and see if it fits. It does. They're not quite square. So I'm going to see if this one fits a little better if I turn it the other direction. And yeah, no, there's still a little bit of bulk to this one. I'm just going to cut off just a smidge. This dishwasher container has been in my garage for probably 4 or 5 years. So I brought it in and really baby wiped it because it was so dirty. See, I'm just laying it here to figure out which way it's going to fit in there the best. And I think it's this way. So, where do you find these at? Post to the freebie groups and tell somebody that you have a project and that you need their dishwasher baskets if they're getting a new dishwasher. And people give stuff away all the time on there. Now, why is that one too big? That's weird. Okay. Like I said, that's why we're doing this on here, because some of them just don't always fit. See, it fits this way. So it's got to be this edge that's too long. I'm just going to trim that off instead of going through the trimmer again. Again, these don't have to be perfect. Play with them till you get them where they fit. Good, now that fits. Now I can take pencils and I go by color. So see, here's just a handful of reds and they just go in, okay? So I think in this basket up here, which looks like a twin to this one, how weird is that? I think this is 100 pencils, 150. I don't remember. There's tons of greens and blues and blue greens. And then I put the purples and fuchsia and pink together, then the reds, and then the yellows and oranges, and then I have browns, blacks, and grays over here. But do you see how easy that is to do? And then you can just put your pencils in and go. Now, if you're still using the, you know how I make my color swatches. This is some that somebody ordered, so I've got them piled up over here, but they're not done. Then you can actually attach this to your basket and look for your pencil within that area. Okay, so that's still doable. But yeah, I just wanted to show how to do this today. It is a very, very simple project. You can hear it. Hear the plastic down in there? But once you get your pencils in there, or if you want to put your markers in there, whatever, then you're not going to have any problems with those coming out. Let's see, what else? Oh, I was going to go ahead and just show you the pictures I'm doing on my Etsy. And then here's one. I've done hummingbirds and I have done cardinals. Okay, so these are all on my Etsy. You get a 5-pack, and I think I put them at $3 for a 5-pack. And it's a digital download, so you get it right then. Whoops, that's what I'm working on. Not that. So either of those packs, they're $3 on my Etsy. I will put the link for those down below. I will be doing some color alongs with some of those pages, just not quite yet, because I do believe I'm getting another set of pencils sent to me by a group that's new to me, and I don't want to say yet because in case they don't. So anyway, I think that's it for now. How many of you, and put your comments down below, how many of you are doing paint by number, and are you interested in some little tricks and stuff on those? Because I got one and I'm working on it and you can barely see the numbers. So I'm learning some things about that. Even though I was a decorative painter first, paint by number is so totally different. So let me know if you're interested in that. For anybody that saw the cutter and you're interested in it, it is by We Are. What does that even say? I can't see what it says. There's what the bottom looks like though. It comes with all sorts of extra tools. Okay. There's even these little things here that pop out. And well, they don't pop out, but you can do pop outs on them. You can do different size envelopes, corners, things like that, tags. And then this piece pulls out so that you can do long paper, and then these tools come out, all different kinds of stuff. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I believe I got this one at Hobby Lobby. Yeah, and go ahead and buy you an extra blade or two while you're doing it, because that's one of the first things I had to replace. It's the only thing I've had to replace is my blade. But again, I do lots of scrapbooking. Okay, so yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, so think about what we've talked about. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, some of your baskets, like this one, actually has this piece that moves and removes. So I did that all in one piece and then popped this back in. But then the other two are stable. So you could even use for like scissors or other items in here. You know, if you're doing needlepoint, I mean, these organizers, y'all, don't throw them out. Okay? All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. It's been good talking with you, and I will see you in a few days. Okay. Bye-bye.